Hmm. Guys, it's good to be live again. It's good to be live again. Welcome to my live session. This is the next episode. You're all welcome to the next episode of Speak, Heal, and Inspire with Catherine. You're all welcome, guys. And I'm super excited regarding today's topic. This is a topic that I've been seeing people come to my DM seeking for counsel, and I see a lot of people tell their story on the social media space, and I see individuals come to me physically to tell me about their audio. So I told myself in this episode I'll be speaking about it to create awareness, to help people know, to sensitize people, or to clear the negative stereotype people have about single mothers. So you guys are all welcome to the next episode of Speak, Heal, and Inspire with Catherine. My name is Catherine, and today's theme is tagged Unguided Perspective. Unguided perspective about single mothers. I don't know, everybody should be excited. This is a powerful topic, and I feel happy to be talking about it because I was like, God, what am I going to talk about in this episode? Because I don't come out here to talk because I just want to talk. I get the inspiration before I come out to talk about it, and this topic dropped unguided perspective about single mothers, and today I'll be diving into this topic. This topic is actually broad. It's a broad topic, and today I might not have the opportunity to talk about the different perspectives that men see ladies. You know, one thing I always tell people, see single mothers. Remember, this is a topic for single mothers. If you have been following me, you know that I also speak about men. My account, my Facebook profile is not gender bias. No, do you understand? So I speak by the prompt of the spirit, and I come and I talk about what I want to talk about and go. So today I'll be talking about the unguided perspective that men have about single ladies. You know, these things are not really talked about, really spoken about. I know once in a while I jump into some posts made by either some single mothers out there who is trying to change the narrative of what people perceive single mothers to be, and it has really been challenging. Do you understand? So I told myself that, considering the number of inbox complaint I get in my inbox, or people that I see one-on-one that talk about their experience, or things I read online, I felt the need to talk about this topic. One thing I feel people should have in mind is that there is no single mother that ever wished in her life to become one. Life happens. You know, when I was growing up, I was growing up based on the kind of upbringing I had. I had a particular perspective about life. I am someone that see life like straight. As if any other thing that you are telling me is not true. Do you understand? But by the time life bends you, it will help you to start seeing things on a different perspective. Now, before I dive into this topic, do you understand deeply? I want you guys to know that there is no single mother out there that ever in their life wished to become one. That is one thing I want people to know out there, men to know out there. Some men, not all. because I know all these people, all these complaints that some single mothers come to talk about, the way they are being seen, the way they are being perceived, the way they are being treated. We have men, responsible men that treat every lady well. They were raised to value women. They were raised to appreciate women. No, not regarding your as in where you're coming from or your status. Do you understand? So naturally they were raised to treat women well. Do you understand? So now that is why I'm saying some. There is no, like I was saying, there is no single woman, a single mother out there that ever in their life prayed or wished to be a single mother. But you know, in life happens. Do you understand? Life happens. I always tell people when I'm counseling someone, I'll be like, there is nobody that enters marriage with the intention of getting separated or divorcing. There is no anybody that is getting married and the person have already sorrowed his or her mind that I'm just marrying this person. Once we get married, I will divorce that person. That person is evil. That person, there is no normal person that will enter marriage with the mindset of what? With the mindset of coming out. So that is the one perspective I want these men to know about these single mothers. None of them ever wished to be a single mother. But when they got married, life happened, and that is how they found themselves. So coming to see them in a certain way, do you understand? Have a negative stereotype about these people, a single mother, is not a fair judgment. Do you understand? It's not a fair judgment. I was asking one of my friend. He came for a counsel. I came to me for counseling. So after telling me about his challenge, marital challenge and everything, I asked him one question. I asked him, if tomorrow your marriage happens to fail, don't you think you will feel bad, you tear up over it? He smiled and took some moment. He was like, Catherine, you know what? To be sincere, I will cry. I know that people say that men are not supposed to cry. I know that is a wrong thing that people go around with. But in all sincerity, I will cry. I am not crying because my wife is divorcing me or I'm getting divorced. Do you understand? Because I am the victim here. That is why I always tell you guys that in as much as women play victim, I have counseled men that are also victim of abusive marriage or marriage challenge marriage. I've seen men that are victims too. It was like I also am a victim here. Do you understand? So I am not going to cry because my wife, I'm getting divorced. Do you understand? Or my wife is divorcing me. I am crying because this is not my plan. When I was getting married, I never got married with the intention that along the line, my marriage will end. So what am I trying to say? There is no single mother or single father you see out there that is single, a single parent today because they want to. Do you understand? When you have that consciousness, you will treat them well. Your perception about these people will change. When you go with that mindset, your perception about them will change. Any single parent you see there, when you go there, it's just that today I'm talking about the perception, unguided perception men have about single mothers. Now, let me dive deep into this discussion. We have so many perceptions. I've had a lot of things. I've read a lot. I've read about different negative stereotype that some men have about single mothers. But today I'll be talking about three perspectives. One, I'll be talking about this misconception of low standards. Do you understand? Two, taking advantage of their vulnerability. And three, assumption of baggage. So I'll be taking them one after the other. I had to pinpoint those 3 points or perception because I feel that these are the most talked about perception that is commonly heard about. One, let me start with misconception of low standard. A lot of some men see single mothers as people that are desperate, do you understand, and can settle for anything just because they are no longer with their spouse. They come into a woman's life with that mindset. Once they hear she's a single mother, say, oh, no problem now, make I go. Do you understand? Either maybe the woman, they are coming because they feel, she has money, let me just go now. I know she will need a man. Do you understand? Since she's no longer with their husband, she will definitely need a man. Do you understand? Let me go. See the wrong perception, the wrong motive in which that man is entering into the life of that woman. They feel that once a single mother is no more without a husband, her standards is reduced. She becomes so desperate to be with a man to a point that she can settle with anything. If you hear the stories of a lot of single mothers, some of them will tell me, I've suffered. There is one, this person. There is one truck pusher. There is one. I didn't say that it is not a good job. See, any job that you are doing and you are earning is a legit work. It is good, please. But based on their standards, do you understand? They'll be like, God, this single life, this thing. Do you understand? Imagine this person, I met this person, I met this person. Because some of these people will be like, all these people. What the news, the narrative that flies around is, once a woman is no longer with a spouse, she's desperate for a man. And anybody can go. Anybody goes, which is a wrong perception. It is a very wrong perception. Because now, I've seen a lot of single mothers who are doing absolutely well in their niche, doing well in their career. Do you understand? They are not ready to settle for less. Most of them are not ready to settle for less. Do you understand? Most of them are focused. A lot of them are focused. They are not even ready. They are not ready to accept anything. So having that perception that, in fact, I've had some of them say, Catherine, all I want now is to make my money. I've had a lot of single mothers say that a lot. That all I want to do now is make money. Do you understand? Even if I don't marry again, I want to make money. Do you understand? I've had them over and over again say that. So having the perception that all these single mothers, all they want is just to get married. They are desperate for marriage. In fact, they are ready to settle anyhow, is a wrong perception. Now, there's another perception that some men have about single mothers. They see them as baggage. They feel because they have kids, do you understand? And the complication that comes with their former relationship, they are baggage. Do you understand? Immediately they see those kind of people, maybe initially they saw the lady and they got attracted to her and they approached her. Immediately she says, I'm a single mom of, most of them, they withdraw immediately. They be like, these people. I've read several posts online. Some people will say, hey, never you marry a single mom. They have a lot of baggage. Their children, you can't come and a lot of people. But funny enough, in this same social media space, I've seen people celebrating their marriage after separation or whatever thing. Okay, recently, was it last week or 2 weeks, I saw a lady who was celebrating her engagement, that finally she got engaged with a man who haven't married. Do you understand? Now, she has 3 kids or 5 or thereabouts. So that is why I said I don't generalize when I make my point or when I'm talking about relationship. Do you understand? Because I know that we still have, in as much as we have I don't want to say, I don't believe that they have bad men. Do you understand? People, men that who don't understand. We also have ladies who don't understand. Do you understand? So now, having that mindset that single mothers are, they carry baggage, as in they are a handful. Do you understand? Leave a single mother, they have this thing. When you marry a single mother, you've married her this thing, you married her this thing, you married her children. No, it is a wrong perception. It is a wrong perception, because we still see a lot of people, do you understand, who are single, who are single mothers, do you understand, and they got married with lovely men who welcomed them and welcomed their children, and they are living happily. There are a lot of them out there. But this, I'm talking about this to create awareness, to sensitize some of these men who don't know. You know, sometimes it is out of ignorance. People say some things, make some statements, or do these things out of ignorance. And that is why I felt the need to sensitize people, to create awareness that being a single mother is not a plague. It is not a death sentence. A lot of these people you see there, they never in their life one saw it. If had it been they saw it, they wouldn't have. Do you understand? So let us have that mindset, have the good perception when you meet these people. And lastly, this one I'm going to talk about it deeply, is taking advantage of their vulnerability. In fact, I feel that this is the main reason why I jumped into this topic. A lot of men, immediately they hear, she's divorced, she's separated, she's a single mother. The only thing that comes in their mind is, she's lonely. She just needs someone that will be keeping her warm. Do you understand? When they are coming, a lot of them, that is the mindset of coming into the life of a woman who maybe they found out that she's no longer with her spouse. Some of them come with the mindset, she's lonely. At least let me keep this one for this aspect, for knacking. Like I saw someone post on social media saying, I want to knack, I need a single mother. You can imagine that kind of post. So that is what some certain men perceive this single mother to be. They perceive them to be sex objects. People that you can come and I don't know how to talk about this. And it is so sad. Most of these people, when you see them complain, they feel so sad about it. They feel used. These people are broken. Coming into a woman's life who you see that got divorced with the spouse or separated, and you are coming with the wrong motive, is evil. These women you see out there are not sex toy. A lot of them, that is why I don't blame a lot of them. They'll be like, you know what? After they've gone through a series of heartbreak, they'll be like, you know what? I don't want to get married again. I don't need any man in my life. I hear a number of them saying the same thing over and over again. Why? Because they feel that most men that come into their life, they are coming for sex. She's lonely. Once they hear that you are separated or you are divorced, any man coming to you is just for it. That is one of their motive of coming into the life of a single mom. That motive is wrong. That motive is wrong. Not every single mother. Some of them are broken. They've gone through a lot that the least thing in their mind is even that knacking. Most of them came out with nothing. This thing at that moment, do you understand? Is to make it, look for a way out, change their life. That is their target, most of them. Now, when you meet this kind of people, you're opportune to meet this kind. Some men are opportune to meet this kind of women. Instead of them, when you know you don't have any good to offer, you now want to break the remaining pieces, as in shatter the remaining pieces of them that they are trying to put together. It is bad. It is bad. And that is why I've decided to talk about it. It is common. This one I'm talking about is common. And that is why I'm trying to lay emphasis on it. Most men, once you tell them that you are separated or you are divorced, the only thing that comes to their mind is, oh yeah now. Do you understand? Which is not right. When you know that you don't have a genuine love or plan for these single mothers out there, please, most of these people are broken already. Don't shatter them. Don't shatter the remaining pieces of them. Do you understand? So, never you see these ladies as instrument or sex toy, women that you can use at will. Whenever you feel horny, you use them, and once you get your satisfaction, you are out. These are the perception that a lot of people, a lot of some men see single mothers as. Someone say, I had someone came to me and was like, do you know the tiring thing? Immediately I told them I'm a single mom. They'll be like, how are you keeping up? How do you do it? Who is warming your what is happening? That is where their mind go. That is where their mind go. So I feel that people should change that narrative. Men, not people we are talking about, should change this negative stereotype, bias perspective they have about single mothers. We have single mothers that are doing amazing well. They are hardworking. A lot of them are taking care of their children single-handedly. They are doing so well. Most of them are in the house of God, serving God, committed. Most of them are working, so focused in fulfilling life destiny. A lot of these people you see out there, it's not as if they were not raised well, but they were unfortunate to marry the wrong person, and they found themselves as single mothers. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to change the narrative of some men out there for you to see the positive aspect of these people. See them well. Don't see them with this negative narrative flying around, or perception flying around about single mothers. It's not true. We have people, there are a lot of them that if you hear their story, you feel for them. But most of these people, actually initially you feel for them, and along the line you just want to take advantage of them. See these people as normal lady. Ask yourself, if it is my sister, will I treat her that way? What if it's my sister that is divorced and I hear that people are taking advantage of her, men are taking advantage of her? How will I feel? That is what I want you guys to ask yourself. Ask yourself this question. When you start asking yourself this question, you will start treating these people well. So I don't want to take much of our time, do you understand, in handling this topic. I didn't want to take much time. So let me run down through the perspective I mentioned again. One, some men assume single mother as baggage. They see them as baggage because they came out with kids and because of the complication that came as a result of their past relationship. Now, secondly, misconception of low standard. I'm trying to run through the perspective that men see single mothers as. Secondly, misconception of low standard. They see them as women that don't have standard again. Anything can go. They see them as women that are desperate for a man. Do you understand? They see them as women that are desperate for a man, which is a wrong perspective. Most of these people, they don't have time. They've been married before. They've gone through the hurdle, the challenge of being married, of having a man in their life, and they are healing. And the least they need at that point is for people to misunderstand them, for people to see them in a negative way. Most of them are focused on building a new life. Most of them are focused in building a new life. Do you understand? They don't really have all those time. They've seen the worst about relationship, and that is why you see us canceling a lot of them. Because I've seen a lot of them, they'll tell you, I'm married. At least nobody will say I'm no longer married. I want to focus on building my career and taking care of my children. So having that perception that most of them are desperate is wrong. Now, lastly, the last perception that most of these some men have about single mother, they see them as people that are self-starved. Just like a post I saw, someone said, I want to knock a single mother. You see the mindset that person already have. They see them that as people that are lonely, that they miss that area of their life. So once they are coming into your life, they feel they are doing you good. Are you not lonely? Don't you need a man in your life? Let me just be there and be warming you up. It's not true. That is a wrong perception about single mothers. So these are the most important ones that I normally hear about. Rampant, you commonly hear about this misconception about single mother, and that is why I decided to talk about it. That people have about single mother, and I told myself I need to speak about it so that these men will change this narrative that they have about single mothers. A lot of these people, like I earlier said, they never planned it. They never imagined it. They never saw it coming. And life happened, and they saw themselves in that position. When you meet this kind of people, some of them, when you meet them, they are still in their healing journey. They are still broken. And I feel that if you are not ready to help them through that healing journey, don't break them more again. That is why you see, it was in last year or last 2 years, they said a single mother committed suicide. Do you know how many heartbreaks she have gone through? Do you know other men that broke her outside the one that she came out from? So I am just trying to sensitize that when you meet these people and you know you don't have good intention for them, allow them to thrive peacefully. There are a lot of women out there that are good, Do you understand? And all those things. If you are meeting a single mother and you know within yourself that, I cannot date a single mother, I cannot marry a single mother, please allow them. Allow them. Most of these people are broken. I'm telling you as someone that counseled them, as a relationship counselor now. Most of these people, all these things they experience from these men break them the more. It breaks them. Some of them will be like, what am I still living for? Since in me, I know how I grew up. Some of them were raised by wonderful men, wonderful parents, godly parents. But unfortunately, they found themselves in that state. And all of a sudden, people now start seeing them as whore, streets, all those kind of a thing. It's so bad. If you have that narrative, a wrong stereotype, a negative stereotype, a biased stereotype of perception about single mother, I think it's high time you stop. These people are not tools for satisfying your honey needs. If you are honey, these people are not people that you use and play. Maybe if you want to play, people to play, they have gone through a lot, and all they need in their life is sincere love. That if you cannot give it to them, it is better you avoid them than destroying them more. One thing like I said, before you treat any single mother that way, or you see them in a certain way, ask yourself, if she is my sister and someone else is treating her this way, how will I feel? So guys, I think I've mentioned the points that are very important. Do you understand? I don't know if any of you have questions. If you have questions, you can write it down at the comment section. Even after this live and you come across this video, you feel that you have questions to ask, just put it down at the comment section. I will answer you. I will answer you. So now, my advice to single mothers regarding this post that I made. If you're a single mother out there, I will advise you to, once you come out from any relationship, please heal. Heal. And one of the ways you can heal so well is to practice self-love. Start by forgiving your offender, forgiving yourself for whatever thing that have happened in the relationship. Then go through your healing journey. Don't rush into relationship. Most times you rush into a relationship and they feel that it's desperation. They don't know that you are trying to hide or shy away from you facing your reality and healing. Healing is not an easy journey. Yes, we know. Most of these men, they don't know about this. Running into looking for a relationship is not because you are desperate for a man. You just want to forget. But at the end of the day, you don't forget. You mask it. And at the end of tomorrow, it will still come to haunt you. So if you're a single mother out there, that maybe you came out of your relationship, heal. Work on yourself. Practice self-love. Start loving yourself. When you practice self-love after forgiving your offender, it will help you know when someone is coming to you genuinely. When people are not loving you the way you love yourself, you won't allow them into your life. Read books. Read books. What did I say? Read books. You have to read books to help yourself. You have to read books. Focus on your life. Don't allow people. Sometimes there is a certain group of people that make people to move with this narrative. Do you understand? There are certain set of women that make them fly with this narrative. But I think it's high time we leave proof to people that, or these men, that it is not true. Do you understand? So I feel that I've come to the end of today's episode of Speak, Heal, and Inspire. And I know that you got the message. I know that everybody got the message. I feel that this is something that people don't really talk about, and sensitization needs to be made so that all these people, some of these men will erase this perception they have about single mothers, so that these single mothers will be able to thrive in the community without feeling a certain way. So thank you all for joining my live. For those that joined, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And for those of you who were not able to join the live, you can watch the video. If you have question, you can ask. I will come back to answer you. Do you understand? Thank you for joining me in this episode of Speak, Heal, and Inspire with Catherine. See you next Sunday. Next time, not next Sunday, because this show normally comes up every last Sunday of the month. See you on the last Sunday of the month of November. I love you all. Bye.